General Sergei Surovikin knew that Yevgeny Prigozhin, the founder of PMC Wagner, was preparing a rebellion, according to American intelligence services. The New York Times writes about this, citing its sources.
American officials also said there are signs that other Russian generals may also have supported Mr. Prigozhin's attempt to change the leadership of the defense ministry by force. Current and former US officials said Mr. Prigozhin would not have launched his uprising unless he believed that others in position of power would come to his aid, from an article of the New York Times.
The fact that Prigozhin is still alive may explain the fact that there is an alliance between Surovikin and Prigozhin, journalists write. In the Kremlin, Surovikin was considered an intermediary between the Ministry of Defense and PMC Wagner. They have known Prigozhin since the fighting in Syria. According to the Gulagu.net resource, in 2017, the general became an honorary member of PMC Wagner. Russian human rights activists also write that some military officials, including Surovikin, were aware of Prigozhin's plans. Gulagu.net published a list of 8 units of the Russian army that went over to Wagner's side, including special forces, a tank brigade base, a military intelligence special communications detachment, and a nuclear weapons storage base.
This special operation was prepared and developed for more than 8 months. Surovikin and Alexeyev not only knew but were in the know and verbally instructed some commanders not to offer armed resistance. Vladimir Sechkin, Russian human rights activist, founder of Gulagu.net on Facebook.
The tense relationship between Surovikin and Shoigu has long been known. This is another point of contact with Prigozhin. However, this did not prevent Surovikin from abandoning his ally at a critical moment. British experts are sure that Surovikin not only did not support the rebellion, but also recorded a public appeal to the rebels with a call to stop, because he saw for himself a different benefit from what was happening.
Surovikin quickly issued a public appeal to Wagner mercs to stand down, making a clear statement that, contrary to previous suspicions he was close to Prigozhin, he was loyal to the Kremlin. This might have helped cleanse his record and make him eligible to be reapproved overall commander in Ukraine or even made chief of the general staff after Gerasimov. He had been the frontrunner. Mark Gialotti, British political scientist, on Twitter.
Now American intelligence agencies are trying to find out whether General Surovikin helped directly plan Prigozhin's actions, writes the New York Times. The publication believes that if it becomes known that the general was involved in organizing the rebellion, then this will be strong evidence of the existence of internecine quarreling in the Russian military leadership, and Putin himself is to blame for this, experts say.
The tension that has surfaced in this crisis, this tension is growing, and this is a direct result of Putin's huge mistake when he started this war 9 years ago. At the same time, when he sent his army to Ukraine at the beginning of last year, the isolation of Russia and Putin, the effect of sanctions on the Russian economy, and of course the impossibility for the Russian military forces to achieve Putin's goals in Ukraine, and this is all obvious not only to us in the West, to you in Ukraine, but also in Russia itself.
According to analysts, Prigozhin's rebellion showed the world the inability of the Russian authorities and Putin directly to resist the armed resistance inside the country. Reported by Roman Smoler, Angelika Brushnevska, UATV News.